Son, and the Holy Spirit. God our Father, who is the source of all wisdom and knowledge, thank you for all the wisdom and knowledge that you have imparted into our children during the time they spent here at St. Joachim. Continue to shower upon them your graces. May they never cease to learn from life's experiences. Help them to be always grateful to you and to the people you have used to mold them to progress in their life. We ask this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. And be seated for the readings.
A reading from the letter of Paul to the Philippians. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen it. And God of peace will be with you. The word of the Lord.
2. Chapter 28, verses 16 to 19. The 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had ordered them. When they saw him, they worshipped, but they doubted. Then Jesus approached and said to them, "All power in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always until the end of the age." The Gospel of the Lord. Can you see that? Dear brothers and sisters, the University of Chicago did a 5-year study of leading artists, athletes, scholars. The study was conducted by Dr. Benjamin Bloom. The research was based on anonymous interviews with top 20 performers in various fields. These people included concert pianists, Olympic swimmers, tennis players, sculptors, mathematicians, neurologists, and so on. Bloom and his team, they were interested to find out what is that factor, the main factor that makes someone great, to evolve as great. Is it a natural born ability or something else? And their study, after their study, they conclusively established that the drive and determination, not great natural abilities, that in fact made someone to become great as they are. In fact, to Bloom, when he began the study, he expected to hear tales of extraordinary talent from the parents about their children. Like Dustin, third grade onwards, he was playing here with extraordinary talent. They expected something like that. But contrary to their expectation, their parents of these great scholars, they said that in fact in the same class, somebody else, some other student was better than my child. And I'm sure Mr. Arman will agree with me that today, when we sit like here, I was also the principal of high school for many years. Every now and then I get calls from my students. And when I try to ask, like for example, Benjamin. "Oh, Benjamin, which year you studied?" "No, I'm not remember. Today he is working in one of the software companies as a leading manager or something like that." And when he was a student, he was just ordinary. I never thought he would come to that stage. I'm sure Mr. Arman may have the same type of experience. When they are students, we think so-and-so will excel and so-and-so, más o menos, something like that. But later on, these students whom we thought may not, they emerge as leading businessmen, leading scientists, doctors. Surprised. Huh? Many of my students are surprised me. I don't know whether that is the experience of Bear and Arman, but it has been my experience. So what is important is this, the determination to strive hard. And that's what is important. And today, as our students go out of this great school, which we are truly proud of you, your presence brought a lot of life to our campus. And I often say, when there is no school, it looks like something has gone wrong here. It's complete silence. And when the students, sometimes I even ask, are the children there today? There's no life, what happened? Well, they are inside the school. And once they are out on the ground, oh, it's full of life. And it's such a joy to see you running around, and it's such a joy. You are, everything that you did, we enjoyed. And thank you for your presence. And on this day, as you go out of this wonderful school, and you have such a great, some of the great teachers as your example. And it is with pride and with great gratitude and pride, I look at Mr. Arman, Mr. Bear, so many of my teachers here. It is with a sense of gratitude, and because we are fortunate to have such wonderful administrators. It's not easy. When you don't have them, then you are into great trouble. When they are such people. So that's why I am so grateful to Mr. Arman and Mr. Bear and all the teachers for what they are to our school. And you have studied under them. And on this day, as you depart from this school, I would like you to remember 4 important things. And if you can keep these things, these points in your mind, I think we have done our duty. The 4 important points, my students, as you leave this school, I want you to keep in your mind always is this. Always remain obedient and grateful to your parents. Never push them aside. Particularly when you make important decisions in your life. Take your parents as part of your decision-making process. You will never regret for that. Your parents will never think enough. You are never want anything less from them. So therefore, always make it a point to make your parents part of your decision-making process. And second one, never insult a poor person. Because today you may be rich, but there is no guarantee about tomorrow. Today, whom you think is nobody will one day will be in a better position even to employ you. I have seen it quite a few times. So never insult a poor man. And third one, never do anything that will bring dishonor to this great nation. Fourth, be humble and seek the blessing of God every day. Keep this 4 in your mind. I'm sure you will succeed in your life. May the example of great achievers motivate you to achieve. May you bring name and fame to you, not only to your parents, but to the school, to the parish where you study, where you lay the foundation. And may you succeed, may God's blessing, abundant blessings, be always upon you to guide you. Amen. Graduates, kindly stand for a blessing, special blessing. Good and loving God, please bless and guide these graduates as they leave St. Joachim's School. May what they use, what they have learned here, continue to follow your path. May they strive towards excellence in all they do and lift up those around them. Give them courage to use their gifts and talents to make the world a better place, to serve others, and to always seek the greater good. Keep them safe in your loving care and grant them peace and happiness. We ask all this in your name and in your Son. This prayer we make through Christ our Lord. Amen. Can you be seated? And I'm sure that Mr. Armand and Dana will be excused. I think at least there I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all of you, and very especially three students who have been excellent, so very helpful in our liturgical celebrations. First of all, our Dustin, and Dustin, please get up. Dustin and Ariana and Bernard. I think as a parish, we are so very grateful to these three children, of course, all of them, but very especially to these three children, because they have been, whenever the parish needed them to be at the service at the altar, they have been, and Dustin, of course, is a choir, and these two children, Ariana, what a joy it is today it was for me to listen to Ariana to read the scripture, because her mother, Ariana's mother, Martha, she's actually the lecture coordinator in the Spanish community. And to see her daughter being a lecturer, such a pride it was to me. Okay, so it was a sense of pride. I listened to you. And Bernard, such a wonderful fellow. I mean, it's such a joy to have him and may God bless all of you abundantly, and for all of you, and very especially for you, for what you have done to their parish. Thank you. Kindly stand for, let's give a big clap once again to this. Thank you so much. God bless. And kindly stand for the final prayer. God, you are so benevolent and generous towards every one of us. We thank you for these children who have completed their formal learning in our school and are taking the next step in the places of higher learning. Help them to seek what is the best and beneficial to themselves and to the society. Bless them with the humility to acknowledge with gratitude people who have helped them to grow, such as their parents, teachers, and friends. May they always bring name and fame to their school, to their parents, their families, and to this great nation. This prayer we make through Christ our Lord. Amen.
students and staff of St. Joachim's School, I would like to welcome you to our graduation ceremony of the class of 2019. Today is an important milestone in our lives because today marks the end of our elementary school years. We are very proud of all our accomplishments and we look forward to new challenges that high school will bring. We recognize that we could not have reached this point without the help and support of all of you who love us. It is fitting that we celebrate our graduation in our church, filled with our families, friends, and teachers. Thank you for being part of our special day.
Good afternoon. As our journey began in preschool, little did we know the people sitting with us on the rug would become our second family. What mattered most back then was who we would play with and what we were going to play. We have changed a lot, both mentally and physically, but the thing that always brought us together has always been love. I'm not talking about just one type of love, but the different types of love that we have learned throughout the years. In preschool, we experienced the love of imagination. Whether we were princesses, pirates, or even teachers, we always had something we would pretend. Kindergarten soon began, and we adjusted to our new environment and carried on with our carefree lives. One of the highlights of our kindergarten year was our buddies. They taught us the love of being connected to another person, the connection that made you feel safe and secure. We have been extremely blessed to be able to share the same connection with our buddies this year, and we hope that they will pass it on in the future as well. In first grade, we entered the Big Kid building. We had many adventures that year, and we were taught love of change. School had gotten harder, and the people started treating us like big kids. Second grade came, and so did I. I am so thankful for all the love the class of 2019 has given me, and I could never imagine myself in a different school. This was the year I feel we began to be more connected with God, through events like acting the story of Our Lady of Guadalupe, or making our first communion. Third grade came, and we began to become more independent. We had more responsibility, and we gained our love of learning and working hard. Things were different at this point in time. Math and reading got harder. We learned to turn in our best work and to work hard for what we wanted, especially the class of cash. Fourth grade was a special year. We were now the oldest on the playground. Our love of imagination came back to us when we were introduced to the world of Harry Potter. Our love of responsibility soon began to blossom. Because we were the oldest on the playground and we wanted to set a good example. Since we were now pre-tweens, we understood the consequences of our actions and we always tried our best. Fifth grade was a very interesting year. One of the first things that came to mind about our fifth grade year was writing and the posters on the wall. We began to develop our love of communication. Not only did we learn from our textbooks, but we learned from each other. In sixth grade, our love of patience was introduced, but it was finally here, our trip to science camp. For some of us, this was the first time we were apart from our parents. A feeling of excitement and worry rushed through us, and getting on that bus was way harder than it seemed. The rest of our sixth grade year went by very quickly. In seventh grade, our love of hard work kept us busy. We are now officially in middle school, and grades matter more than ever. We all had different motivations to make our parents proud and to help us get into good high schools, or even just to have good grades. Luckily, we had amazing teachers to guide us and to help us reach our goals. We finally had our legendary trip to Ashland, Oregon, and we saw the amazing masterpiece, Othello. We went through some awkward times, but they helped us become closer as a family. Our love of friends tied everything together on our final year. We forgave each other and made new friends, but most importantly, we loved each other. We understood that love wasn't always lovey-dovey, but it was the thing that kept us together all these years. Through the years, we were joined by new friends who made us happy, and we made each other feel very special. Now, this is our final moment as a class, and I wish I could hold on to it and never let it go. But I know that I can't, so instead, look at the people around you and take a picture in your mind so that you never forget them. Remember, use your love of imagination to remind yourself that anything is possible. Use your love of connections to meet new people during high school and to never forget your old connection. Because remember, a good friendship is worth fighting for. Use your love of change to adapt to whatever situation you might be in. As we have learned, high school will not be easy, but we can make the most of it. Use your love of acceptance to accept others and to always accept new knowledge. Use your love of learning to keep an open mind and to try your hardest. Use your love of responsibility to manage your time and to always turn in your best work. Use your love of communication to work together during group projects and to get your voice heard. Use your love of patience to remember that we are not adults yet and we still have time to be ourselves and to have fun. Use your love of hard work to reach your goals, even if it might seem impossible. There will always be a way. Use your love of friends to never forget your family, and even though we are moving on to our new families, we will always have a place in each other's hearts. Congratulations to my classmates. I love you guys.
Good afternoon, teachers, families, guests, and my fellow students. The day we've been waiting a long 9 years has finally come. Although it felt like time flew by, we did go experience a few bumps along the way. Whether it was arguing about which dance move to use for a performance, or some misunderstanding, it ended up bringing us closer as a family. Just think about all the things that brought us here. All the trials and misfortunes, some too great to recall, all the nights where we shouldn't have stayed up till 2 a.m. to finish our reading projects, all the grades we earned, all the times we cried during distressful discussions, all the stress, all the relationships, all the efforts, all of it. It all comes together here this afternoon in the ceremony. As we witness our nearly decade-long journey come to an end this afternoon, another door is waiting for us with lots of opportunities, challenges, chances, and pursuits. There comes a time that you'll apply all the information, knowledge, and wisdom you've gained at St. Joachim School, and that time is now. As you leave these church doors, I hope you take the memories we made together as a class with you. From the deep serendipities we had at Caritas, to us throwing around the pig during Spotlight Person, and of course, the fun games and intimate talks we had at the retreat. As much as I've looked forward to this day, I've always disliked endings. The last day of summer, the final chapter of a great book, and parting ways with a close friend. But endings are inevitable. Leaves fall and you close the book. You say goodbye. Today is one of those days for us. Today is when we say goodbye to everything that was familiar, everything that we called comfortable. We're moving on. But just because we're leaving doesn't mean we're parting forever. There are some people who are just so much a part of us, and they'll just be with us no matter what. This bond is something that will forever be a part of us. So thank you, St. Joachim School, for this incredible journey. So as SpongeBob, our fellow childhood friend once said, you never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory.
Hello. Hello to the parents and the relatives, the family and friends, the ones who are here to see someone they know and love graduate. Hello to the teachers and staff, the leaders of our second home, who are here to watch the ones they have led and taught take a step towards their future. Hello to the students, my classmates, my childhood friends, who are here to get their elementary school diplomas and brace themselves for many more years of learning. I am Patrick Landeza, also known as BJ, and I am a part of the St. Joachim School graduating class of 2019. Today is both a joyous celebration and a sad departure, a day for the future, but our memories, all that we have learned, lies in the past. From preschool to 8th grade, we have learned so much. We picked up the English language, we learned about the times of antiquity, we looked through microscopes and computer screens to see science. I wonder if you even realize how many articles we have read. Do you remember the first time we took our STAR test? Did you ever stop to think about how our mini iPad games were replaced with iExcel? Our addition and subtraction tables were slowly replaced by multiplication and division tables. Then they turned into fun games like Reflex Math and Shepherd Sheep software. We saw Peach go from our PE teacher to our science teacher to our reading teacher. We have really learned a lot over our years at St. Joachim. Not only did we grow academically, we also grew as people. It is incredible that people had so many good things to say about their classmates during Spotlight Person each Friday in class. It was great that people had the courage to apologize to one that they may have hurt during the New Eyes activity at Caritas. We are and have been a tight-knit class, held together by the yarn we passed around at our retreat. We have proven how we have modeled the student learning expectations and are indeed taking our steps towards adulthood. Now we are here, in the present, at our graduation. Here, your family is showing their love and support for you. Here, the teachers and staff are wishing you the best as you move on to high school. Here you are. You are here, with your beloved classmates you have spent your years with. They will miss you as much as you miss them. I don't even know if teachers get used to the feeling of saying goodbye. But now is the moment you have been waiting for years, the moment you graduate. It's been an honor. Do you remember the fun times we had? Our class could turn the most common things into something funny. Miss Chen and her famous quotes that we documented, someone making a pun joke about something, someone just saying something wrong could make everyone start laughing. All that someone had to do to scare you guys was yell the word spider. I would practice for my role in the opera play by saying, "Well, hello there, you foxy thing." It turns out that opera's silence wasn't really awkward until someone pointed it out. And don't even get me started on all the photos we have of people blinking, looking away, or making a weird face that could send any of us into a laughing fit. Do you remember the dinner dance? I remember it like it was yesterday. It almost was yesterday. I remember the stunning looks that everyone rocked. I remember the fear of messing up our dances, and I remember the great times we all had when we hit the dance floor. When I looked around then, I saw that people I had known for years having a blast. Look, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, you know? I've heard many people apologize at Caritas and their retreat about things I never even noticed. So I don't know if anyone still has regrets, something to make up for, or anything like that. But I want you to know that on that night, the night of the dinner dance, I realized that this class is something special. It's like what Miss Bear said. This relationship, this bond, may be something that we only get to experience now. It's like a family. And I know that I don't know everything about you, but I don't need to know everything to have a good time with you all. I know that sometimes some of you are just quiet, but you don't need to say anything for your presence to matter. I feel like it would have just felt so different if one of you weren't there that night at the dinner dance. This is the kind of bond we have. A one-of-a-kind bond that I don't think we'll get in high school or college. And right now, this is the bond that us 36 members of the class has. When the night was over, we may have all drove towards our different homes, but we all drove down the same path on Hayward Hills. For a moment, we left together. They say that no road is too long with good company. Why do you think it feels like every school year goes by so fast? This road, our journey at St. Joachim School, felt amazing. And I know that we won't see each other as much anymore. I loved our time here at St. Joachim, and I'm going to miss you guys so much. I'd like to say a thank you to Mr. Satius, to all our teachers and staff of St. Joachim School for making this 10-year journey so amazing. Back in kindergarten, we were taught that you get what you get and you don't get upset. We all got what we got, this class and this school. And there's no way I could be upset with that. Love you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. The education of a child is a tremendous responsibility for each and every parent, especially in today's world. And we really can't do it alone. It does take a community to do it well. And together with the parents of the graduating class of 2019, I believe St. Joachim School has prepared this class extremely well. They are definitely ready for all of the challenges that await them. But before we send you guys out, I have to acknowledge and thank several groups of people and several people. And first I would like to thank the faculty and staff, past and present, of St. Joachim School, for again doing a tremendous job throughout the years, and in particular this past year. Faculty of St. Joachim is a talented and dedicated group. And when you have talent and dedication, that makes you really unsurpassed in what you can and have accomplished with all the students at St. Joachim School. So on behalf of the entire community, I wish to thank our faculty and staff. And I know I say this every year, but to Father Joseph, our pastor, he is and has been and is thought of as the school's cheerleader. He's our #1 cheerleader. He's always positive about the school, positive about the staff, positive about me, positive about Miss Bear, positive about our students. And that positivity is something we are thankful for. We're thankful for that constant support and steadfast support that you've given all these years, and you continue to give us today. So thank you, Father. And of course, I have to give special thanks and acknowledgement to Miss Bear. And there's no need to detail her expertise or her love and dedication to the class of 2019, as it is apparent to all who know her and observe her with her students. She always goes far and above what is expected, certainly of an 8th grade teacher. Thank you, Ms. Bear, on behalf of this community. And of course, to the parents of the class of 2019. obviously done an awesome job with these young people. They are uniquely gifted and spirited and really, really high achievers. For some of you, though, this day marks the end of a very long relationship with St. Joachim School. Because after today, you will have no more children here. And for that, we are all saddened. And although you will no longer have a child in this school, please know that our thoughts and prayers are always with you, and that you will always be a part of this community. So as we acknowledge and say a fond farewell, I will ask the following families to stand. The Anayan family, Aravello family, Arnold Galati family, Barreto family, Bayona family, Canizares family, Sid family, Cronin family, Dantok family, Fernandini family, Fernando family, Garcia family, Gonzalez family, Hernandez family, Kinsler family, Martinez family, both Martinez families, the Morgan family, and quick pause here, the Morgan family have had students for the last 26 consecutive years. So we say a special goodbye to the Morgan family, the Neem family, the Prakash family, the Polito family, the Ramos Bajorquez family, and the Reyes family. And every once in a while, there's a family that needs to be acknowledged in a little bit more special way. And we would like to do that to the Rosario and Ken Kinsler. So would you please stand? So just obvious support of the school, and for me personally, Ms. Bear and teachers, we thank you for that. But beyond that, they have done so much. Rosario has been part of PAC for almost 15 years. She's been the PAC chairperson for the last 3 years. She stepped forward to do the festival a few years ago when it was looking like it was really shaky at the time. She's, and with Ken, are the founders of the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, I should say, here at St. Joachim School. Ken Kinsler has been school board president and the CYO board president as well. So for all of those really, all the time and effort and support you've given us, this community thanks you both. Thank you very much. Now to class of 2019, just a couple quick words. There are two things I want to leave to you today. First, as you move on in your lives, please remember how important it is to follow your passions. Follow that dream that drives you in your life. So you don't have it yet, find it. You will. Sometimes it doesn't hit you over the head. Sometimes it just comes about over the years. And remember though, that fulfilling a dream is not about money and things, but how well you have loved and served and accepted those around you. I really, really believe that in pursuing your dreams, it's more important, the pursuit is more important than that final goal of fully attaining it. And the second thing is you've been taught much in your years at St. Joachim School. You demonstrate that. And I have no doubt that you will be successful in high school and college. But actually what I hope you remember most is what you've been taught and reminded of every single morning you've attended St. Joachim School. And that's the prayer that you have prayed over 1,500 times. Each one of us is part of the body of Christ, and we are chosen to live together in peace. So let the peace of Christ guide our thoughts and actions as we serve one another. If you remember that, can't be more proud of anything else. So now, we're ready to graduate. Are you guys ready? The following students have completed 9 years of academic and religious studies as prescribed by the Diocese of Oakland and are awarded these diplomas. Students graduating with high honors have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.75 to 4.0, and students graduating with honors have earned a GPA of 3.5 to 3.74. Students earning a service award have completed a minimum of 50 hours of community service during their 8th grade year. As students' names are said, please wait until I'm finished because you might miss the awards that they receive. So I will say their name, a very brief pause, and the awards that they may have received. So, will the following students please come forward as your name is called? Naomi Ray Dantok Honors Service Award. Maria Lucia Magaledan Romero, Co-Valedictorian, High Honors, Service Award, Departmental Medal for Outstanding Achievement in Science. Sofia Sabido Fernando, Honors, Service Award. Emily Lee, High Honors, Service Award, Departmental Medal for Excellence in Writing. Alyssa Nicole Perez. Giselle Berenice Arevalo. Regina Marie Thompson Bayona, Honors, Service Award. Jordan Zoe English Martinez. Joseph Dominic Sid, Service Award. Eliana Priscilla Kinsler, Honors, Service Award. Andrea Somi Perez, Service Award. Rafael Rainier Abordo Barreto, Honors. Benjamin Gagnon Arnold Galati, Honors, Service Award. Alyssa Michaela Canizaros, Honors, Service Award. Graciela Helena Gonzalez, Honors, Service Award. Luciana Maria Fernandini Quiros, Service Award. Rahil Prakash, Honors, Service Award, Departmental Medal for Outstanding Achievement in Social Studies. Delilah Gethsemane Sanchez, honors, Departmental Medal for Outstanding Achievement in Pre-Algebra. Zoe Eve Cahill Cronin, honors, Service Award. Samantha Emily Alvarez, honors, Service Award. Giselle Polito, Service Award. Dustin Sun Niem, High Honors, Service Award, Departmental Medal for Outstanding Achievement in Algebra. Jesus Ochoa Flores, Service Award. Ariana Nicole Anaya, honors, Outstanding Service Award, and Leadership Award. Brianna Adrienne Hernandez, Service Award. Josiah James Cabreza Gala, honors, Service Award, Leadership Award. Sebastian Ramos Borges. Diego Garcia. Jacob Aiden McCartney. Francesca Bianca Moraz, Service Award. Patrick Charles Landeza, High Honors, Service Award, Departmental Medal for Excellence in Religion. Gabriel Joseph Reyes, Co-Valedictorian, High Honors. Also Departmental Medal for Excellence in Literature. Bernard Año Mendoza. Vincent Emmanuel Pilapil Mendoza, honors. Anthony Shiro Hirayama Morgan, honors. Gavin Reese Martinez. Please join me in congratulating the St. Joachim graduating class of 2019. The next part of our ceremony is to honor those students receiving scholarships and special recognitions. At this time, I would like to call for Mr. Patrick Landeza and Ms. Colleen Kelly from Monroe Catholic High School to present scholarships to our graduates.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Moreau Catholic High School, we'd like to congratulate the class of 2019 and also extend to the families as well. My name is Patrick Landeza. I'm the Associate Director of Campus Ministry and also a Frosh Theology teacher. The Holy Cross Scholarship is awarded to incoming freshman students who exemplify one of the 4 Holy Cross pillars: educating hearts and minds, bringing hope, building respect, and being family, through their involvement in leadership and in the community. In addition to the scholarship certificate, we are presenting a scholarship, all scholarship recipients, with a copy of The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. The author attended Notre Dame Santa Croix in Le Mans, France, the original school founded by Blessed Father Basil Moreau. On behalf of Moreau Catholic High School, I am pleased to present these 3 Holy Cross scholarships. The first to Eliana Kinsley. The next scholarship goes to Dustin Nim. And the last goes to Patrick Charles Landeza Jr., my son.
The Principal Scholarship is highly selected and recognizes incoming freshmen who have distinguished themselves through every aspect of their application. These students have demonstrated the highest academic achievement, leadership ability, and co-curricular commitment. Students are selected through the quality of their application and the nomination of a committee. This is one of the highest honors available to an incoming student. On behalf of Moreau Catholic High School, I am pleased to present the Principal Scholarship to Lucy Romero.
Congratulations to those 4 scholarships in one class. Fantastic, fantastic. Next, we're going to have a special recognition for a student who has shared his gifts and talents with the St. Joachim community for the last 4 years at least. As you know, he is an accomplished pianist and liturgical musician. He has played for school masses, thank you, Dustin, parish masses, Christmas programs, performances with professionalism and skill beyond his years. Dustin is more than the talent you see. There's an innate ability to understand also how music, especially in liturgy and church, works, and how it is leading in prayer, and how it is supportive of what we do at Mass. That's not something that just comes naturally to anybody. I am personally grateful, and we are as a community and school grateful for his service, and would like to present him with this award just to show our gratitude. So please join us one last time in recognizing Dustin Neal. For our final award, we have asked the graduating class, as we do every year for, oh my goodness, over 20 years. Over 20 years. To choose among all their classmates a student who best exemplifies the model St. Joachim School student. It's a very special award. The class itself decides on the criteria for this award and gave the reasons for their selection. This is a student who is a friend to all and treats everyone with respect. This student is a leader inside and outside of the classroom and always gives time to help classmates and lift us up when we are down. This person is determined and works hard and is someone that everyone looks up to. This year, the class of 2019 has chosen to honor Patrick Mendeza. And just one final congratulations to all of the graduates of the class of 2019, and especially also to those who are honored today with special awards.
Good afternoon. As we come to the close of this ceremony, I want to take this last opportunity as your teacher to just say a few words. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for making this year a year to remember. From day one, you embraced what it truly meant to be an 8th grader at St. Joachim School. You were leaders, you were role models, you gave service, and worked hard to achieve your goals and strive for excellence. I loved overhearing your conversations as I worked at my desk, of you being competitive about scores on your test, your struggles with IXLs, updates on the ping pong tournaments that defined lunchtime for several months, or the way you joked around with each other as you walked out of the classroom to go to recess. Your enthusiasm and your joy were contagious. One of my favorite memories this year will be that special serendipity that spontaneously happened in class on the last day as we read Mrs. Strada's message to you. And as I told you then, the thing that makes me the proudest is not just your amazing academic accomplishments, is that you truly know what it means to be a St. Joachim student. The way to treat people, the way to contribute to the greater good, the way to forgive, and the way to lift each other up so that everyone can soar. We read The Outsiders in the fall, and I think of the poem by Robert Frost, Nothing Gold Can Stay, which refers to that brief moment between dawn and day that only lasts for an instant, when the sky is golden with the rising sun. We know it's a metaphor for those golden moments in our lives that are so special, but seem to go by in an instant. I hope your years at St. Joachim School were golden. And while they were over, I can promise you that your future is going to bring many, many more golden moments. The best advice I could give you is to hold on to them and make the most of them while they're happening, just the way you did with your time at St. Joachim. Make the most out of high school and every new adventure you embark on. Embrace mistakes as an opportunity for growth. Stay true to yourselves and your faith, and God will always guide you. I know there are great things in store for all of you, and I can't wait to hear about all your accomplishments and successes in the future. Once you walk through these doors today, you will join a very special group of people, St. Joachim alumni, and you'll be in that group for the rest of your lives. Students will walk down the hallways one day and look at your picture hanging on the wall, the way you have done for all these years of all those who have gone before you. Who knows, maybe one day you'll come back and be a teacher's aide, a teacher, or even the principal. and we will welcome you back with open arms. Thank you for a truly special year. I am blessed to have been your teacher. PJ said in his speech that he wonders if teachers ever get used to the feeling of saying goodbye. Well, we do, but it doesn't make it any easier. We just know that it's inevitable, and just like the teachers that you've had before me, we all hope that maybe we have given you that little seed, we have planted that little seed that will grow. Perhaps the love of a subject or confidence in yourself, and someday it'll grow into something wonderful. I love all of you, and you will always hold a special place in my heart and in my prayers. Now, class of 2019, go set the world on fire.
Good afternoon. As our graduation ceremony comes to a close, we have a final message to a very special group of people, our parents. Today is our final day of elementary school. Many of you have remarked that it seems like just yesterday that we were babies, and now we're graduating. In 2009, we were small children clinging to you and begging you not to leave as we entered the doors of preschool. Soon, we got accustomed to playing with friends, running around the playground, and doing the heavy tasks of arts and crafts. We quickly moved into kindergarten, where we were put into a collective classroom. At this point, we may have been at our peak of cuteness. For most of you, chaperoning field trips back then was just a photo op for you to take cute pictures of us with our classmates. That year, we were introduced to new playmates that took care of us, big and towering guardians called our 8th grade buddies. To this day, I'm still convinced that they are all full-fledged adults. I can't imagine they are only as old as we are now. You work laboriously day and night on our projects, and it was always a little awkward when we were asked at school if we made it ourselves. Our answer? You'll never know. Then we migrated to the big building, and our egos also grew a little. 2nd grade was special because we received our first reconciliation and admitted all of you wanted to know what we told the priest. We also received First Communion in that grade. In 3rd grade, we put you to work so we could sell things for that sweet, sweet fake cash. Once we hit 4th, we traded behavior reports for letter grades. Some of you had big expectations for us. We did science projects, which of course required your help. Field trips were still great photo ops for parents, but sadly, the older we got, the fewer chaperones that came with us. I guess we weren't quite as cute anymore. Thanks to the parents that stuck with us even through our awkward years. As we hit middle school, our grades became much more important, and so did our field trips. There were many overnight trips in which you had to sleep in cabins with rowdy kids in the middle of the woods. You had to comfort us as we came to you for emotional support, but we grew independent in our work, sometimes even hiding projects from you as you crammed them the night before they were due. Instead of helping us, your new role was just staying up with us until we finished. And perhaps giving us the lecture about how we should have finished it a lot sooner than we did. As we started our final year of 8th grade and became the leaders of the school, your guys' service reached its peak. You became our personal Uber drivers to practices, dances, friends' houses, and more. You also became our personal ATM machines. We promise, we'll pay you back someday. As today's junior, a lot of you went through the stages of grief, saying that this couldn't be happening. But it is. The fact that you're hearing me speak right here is proof of that. And aside from hopefully giving you a few laughs and reminiscing, The reason I'm up here is to say on behalf of all of the class of 2019, thank you. Thank you for being our parents. Being our parents isn't just about taking care of us. You're also our best friends and greatest supporters. God gave us to you, God gave you to us to experience firsthand what unconditional love is. And you have truly shown it to us all of our years here. You supported us through all our hardships in life and school. You've cheered us on with the bright flashes of your camera at our festival performances. Waiting outside in cold, sometimes rainy nights, every year to watch our Christmas programs. Thank you. Thank you for shaping us into the people we are today, with your morals and your decision to send us to the school. Whether that decision was made a decade ago or only a few years ago. We know you will continue to nurture us in high school and beyond. High school will be harder than past years, and we will continue to be looking to you as our guiding lanterns. Even if we talk back or act embarrassed, just know we don't mean any of it. Yes, we will grow older and more independent, but we will always need you. Please remember, even today, even years from today, just remember that we will always be your babies. We love you. Now, we have this gift of gratitude for all of you.